sick to my stomach by the vending machines. They talk to me, I miss it back home where I could really be free. Not free to be something.
Last note of today, damn. To be speedy.
But I know you really wanna talk. Polaroid pictures by the side of my bed, stuck in my head.
Yeah. Hello, hi Wiz. Good to see you again, boss.
He's playing like a movie scene.
Yippee, hi James. Good to see you.
They make me sick to my stomach by the vending machines. They talk to me, I miss it back home where I could really be free. Not free to be something. Fall, turn the lights up. Crawl, set my mind up. I know it's getting hard for you, my dear. So, pack your life up. Run away with someone I don't know that I trust.
How the yellow the James? I'm doing good, I'm doing good. I'm good, it's just hot here. Sip. I feel that. It's not that warm here, but yeah. When did we last play this? There we go. Found Jimmy. Back home where I could really be free. Be someday. There we go. Let's go. Hello, chatters. Hello. I hope you've been well. Let me turn up the music again for this. Close that. I streamed quite late, yesterday, so it hasn't actually been that much time since yesterday. Meaning I didn't really do that much. I know, crazy. I just played quite a lot of Sims because I got back into playing my Super Sim save file, and I decided after my second oldest child in that save grew up into a teenager, I decided, like, from a storytelling perspective, it would be cool to move them into the university city. What was it, Bridgechester or something? Because, you know, the teenagers are gonna go to uni at some point. And also I was just getting sick of the house that I made for everyone, because it's a big family. I have my Super Sim, who's the oldest child. His name is Ren. And we have the second oldest. And then we have triplets, who are children currently. So there's a lot of children in this house. The triplets were an accident. They were not planned. So there's many children in that house, meaning I needed a lot of space. So I've upgraded from a really sprawling, kind of messy, one-story house to a three-story house that's like more compact. Air conditioning person fixed that air conditioning yesterday. My mum did change it back from 60-something. The person had us change it to fix it, so it was cold this morning. I did also have a fan on me. That's fair enough. I always think it's just such a bizarre thing for Europeans that Americans just have AC in regular houses. Because basically no one I know owns AC except if they're American. Interesting facts. But yeah, so I got very into furnishing the house and doing some rebuilding. Wait, yeah. Rarely are triplets planned, at least a few of them are in access. Yeah. Wait, you don't know? European housing doesn't have AC. Typically. Most of the time it's because we, like, from a climate perspective, at least in the past, didn't get weather hot enough to really justify it. Our houses are built to keep the warmth inside, SMHing. Yeah, exactly, because we used to be cold. You have insulation that works. Yeah, we have insulation. We don't have AC. Because we do have good insulation, but because of climate change, making it hotter for longer it's actually a nightmare. If it gets like over 35 degrees, you are actually cooked. And I mean literally over here. So yeah, like a few summers ago, like maybe 4 years or 5, there was one summer where it was 35 to 40 degrees for like 2-3 weeks straight. And let me tell you, it was absolutely awful. If you're wondering, that's like roughly 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit-ish. Look, balling it. And like imagine that without any AC. And having insulation that's designed to keep heat in the building. So once it gets in, it's like, bruh. And yes, we have AC because it costs us more money, because everything is made to drain money. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. But also you do have like a lot of states that are in hotter temperatures. Generally. Like you get, for Celsius, you get like 35 to 40 degrees Celsius a lot. Or like even higher if you're in the desert and stuff. So there's just no deserts in Germany, so like our asses are a little bit less exposed typically. Also, by the way, if you're wondering, we are doing Ever After Falls. I thought I had a save file. Do I not have a save file? Well, never mind then. I thought this game saved. It's a demo, but so sometimes it doesn't save, but well, never mind then, despair. Yeah, I don't know why. We've had this, I didn't check if it did save or not. Well, we'll do something else first then before we do what's Our Life Begins and Always. Let me just think of something. What? No, I want Our Life Now King! I want to do a little demo beforehand, like ease myself in before, because I want to play like at least one chapter, and I have no idea how long the chapters are, TBH. I mean, you might know, so I'll do Our Life in a sec. No worries, we'll just decide on something else. I really should check that more often, that if demos allow you to continue playing the save. I have to say, for something like, obviously no one's obligated to put save stuff in their demos, but I feel like for a farming sim demo, like Ever After Falls, there should be a save feature, because you kind of want to actually properly get a grasp of the game, which typically is like a longer time, and you might not want to do that in one sitting. Kind of like the Apico demo, where I literally have 8 hours now, and it had save files and stuff, so it was possible to play those 8 hours and really get a grasp of the game and everything. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing that it doesn't have this, in terms of like they have to have it, otherwise I'm unhappy, but like I would recommend generally, if it's a game that isn't like limited to like half an hour play, but like where you can potentially play hours. And also if it's, especially if it's like a simulation game, it is kind of nicer to do a bit longer. At least make sure it's obvious that it doesn't save. Yeah, I don't remember, like, not to call, like, I'm not going to call out the game, because I do not remember. If it said like a big, "Wait, you're not going to save right now," script, I have no idea if it did, to be honest. Could you put me to just chatting, James? Well, I can actually do it, because, like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. There you go. For now, but because I have to look at my little demo folder. I don't remember if there was, like, a warning script or not, because it's been a few days. Well, probably, like, 2 weeks since we last played this test. If we played it or not, I don't remember. Alright, let's find something else then. Chatters! What are we thinking? Let me look. I do have loads of, that's why like I try to put in demos where I can, because I've got so many, and a lot of games are coming out kind of soonish, so they might not have the demo playable anymore. Give me visual novels, tasty. We can do a visual novel demo! Would that work? Let me get one, because I do have multiple. Yeah, I meant that. Yes, okay. What are we feeling? So I'm gonna give you a choice. Our choices are either fantasy or sci-fi? OMG choices are now. Fantasy. I'm gonna just double check if this actually is a visual novel or not. Because for one I know it is, but for the other one I'm not 100% sure. Let me check. How does Steam sound? Yeah, I've been downloading some demos on the side that I found. Because I checked out the German games section. Let me in. There we go. Yes, okay. I've decided. My ass has decided. I love how it's called Baked in Germany. I do like that because it's all about... Well, my brain has also decided. Because I think it's great, but I don't know why I did a weird segue there. I got a little bit thrown by... Testing. There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is a mature rated video game we're testing, chatterers. We're going to be testing the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, which I think looks quite cool. This is immersing ourselves in an enchanting narrative experience as Fortuna, a fortune teller witch condemned to exile on her asteroid home. Craft your own tarot deck, regain your freedom, and shape the fate of the Cosmic Witch Society. This has been out since August last year, which I think I've had this on my list since before then, RIP, and it's gotten very, very positive reviews so far, so I'm hyped. The visuals look gorgeous. You know, I am up for this one. Let's go. I mean, Germans, we are famous for our bread, and for just reason. We do have the best bread. I'm sorry, I don't care. But there's also other good bread. I would say we have like the best variety, and there's a lot of really filling, well-tasting varieties. So I will take that pride. There we go. The game. Thank you, James. Thank you. All right. Let's see. English. Ooh, I love that it's saying who did the language editions. Begin. Look at the space. This looks gorgeous. I'm very hyped. Are you guys hyped? Last minute turnover. But we found ourselves a replacement pretty soon. Look at these visuals! Ah, I'm just a sucker for this shit. UI and dialogues, text speed. Aha. Thank you. I cannot have it in full screen. Took us like 12 minutes. Yeah, no, but we also have 5 minutes, which is just the intro. To be fair, 5 minutes is the intro, so the actual decision time has been 7 minutes. So, not too bad. Yeah, I meant it double, yes. I'm just making fun. Alright. It's content warning. Alright, let me show this for you boys. This game tackles sensitive themes and content including self-harm, suicide, discrimination, gender dysphoria, depression, anxiety, nudity, sexual themes, crude language, use of legal drugs. Yes, this is a mature tagged game, chat. So, if any of these issues are triggering to you, upsetting to you, generally proceed with caution. I'll leave it on the screen for like a moment, and I'll also change my tweet to try and find I'll delete the old tweet because we didn't actually do that. And then I'm gonna try and find the game on Twitter, if they have a Twitter account. I always like to tag when I can. There we go, found them. That's the peepos who made it. They're Spanish, that's very cool. Shout out Spanish people. There you go. Oh shit, I did it in a way that doesn't include my link. I'm stupid. This time at least noticed it immediately, so it's just the awkward thing of double tagging. There we go. Did it? We fixed it. We fixed... Alright. Fix everything. Let's go then! Let's check it out. Auto-saves and overrides your progress. You can't change thoughts mid-story to try different options. After all, this is a game about fate. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. Eternal void, heed the words of a prisoner. I beg of you, send me a curse to break this immortal isolation. Hear the chant my mentor once forbid me to recite. Stranger to my soul, invade my body. Stranger to my soul, invade my mind. Grant me an eye to see beyond my torment. Take my pride, my sorrow, my chains. Turn them into power, wisdom, revenge. Stranger to my soul, invade my magic. Stranger to my soul, become my faith. Ooh. That's a beautiful song. It feels great to be awakened again. Who are you? Oh! Big... What is this, like a... Scorpion, maybe? Kinda gives Scorpion energy here. My name is Fortuna, I am a witch. Why did you summon me? Because I would rather lose my pride than my sanity. Sounds fun, tell me more. I was condemned to exile by the leader of my coven. Today marks the 200th year of my millennium-long sentence, Jesus Christ. Their asses are struggling. And I can't take it anymore, I need your help. What do you use as a clock? Humanity's cradle, planet Earth. Oh, 200 human years. That's quite some time, I feel you. I had been imprisoned for 5,402 years until you summoned me. Isolation could really do a number on you. I will help you. I shall become your familiar. Thank you, Abrama, maybe. Now get comfortable. We are going to seal a contract. Ooh. This looks so cute. First of all, allow me to express my gratitude. I'm really thankful you freed me from my cosmic prison. Of course, you're welcome. Is something the matter? Not really, it's that after all the reading I did about behemoths, I didn't expect your behavior to be so mundane. Wow, mundane. That hurt. I mean, you're still intimidating, but I always pictured you speaking in archaic poetry or something like that. I like you. I like you so much, I'm going to let you pick the terms of our contract. You will still have to pay a high price for my magic, though. I'm well aware of that, I won't back off. Alright, then let's begin your training. The ceremony is 5 days long. Let me know when you're ready to begin. Right now. You are already my favorite master. The first day is the easiest one, an interview, so we can get to know each other. Lesson 1, admittance. Ooh. The art style is very, very cool, I like it. Tell me about yourself. What is your specialty? I am a fortune teller. Ooh, one of my favorites. Would you mind doing a reading for me? Like, I'm feeling like this could be kind of similar to Solitaire. If anyone remembers us playing that, that was like really long time ago. It was one of the first demos we played on the channel, which also had a tarot card element. I can't. As part of my sentence, Adina banished my tarot deck. Adina is the leader of my coven. Wow, you must have done something really grave to get exiled and deprived of your magic. I foretold the falling of my coven. Bleak. But how are your visions your fault? After my premonition, the coven was consumed by despair. Many witches came to me for counsel to prepare for the end times. Adina didn't like that. She holds supreme authority in our coven, so she decided to exile me to this wandering asteroid. Our leader determined that even if all covens must fall eventually, advertising their demise only pushes the catastrophe forward. Adina decided my power posed a greater danger to the peace inside our coven. She concluded that I had to learn to reason instead of relying exclusively on my gift. So I was sentenced to meditate for a millennium, deprived of my deck. Since I'm here, I deduce that you don't agree with your leader's judgment. She was afraid of my influence. Many of our sisters put their trust in my advice. I'm sure that hag thought I was undermining her supremacy and decided to cast me out. Fair enough. Well, actually not fair, but like the assessment is fair enough. You sure sound sour about it. Would you kill her should you have the chance? No. Not really. I would also condemn her to exile, TBH. Death is too easy of an out here. No. Isolation didn't eat away at your mercy yet, I see. Okay, I will help you recover your powers. Will you get me a new tarot deck? Tarot? Tarot? Pff, no. I mean, tarot is cute, but it is too human-centric to grasp the hidden truths of the cosmos. You will create your own deck. My own deck? I wouldn't even know where to begin. Shh, leave the details to me. That is what these 5 days of training are for. You're going back to witch school, Fortuna. For this training, we will review the 4 basic elements of magic. Air, water, earth, and fire. Oh no. Don't worry, it will be fun. Plus, you'll get to seal a contract with me for each of those energies. Now, get some rest. Tomorrow, we will start with the invisible energy. Air. Very dramatic. I love that I've just been vibing on this one for like 200 years. Kinda chillin'. Is that lesson 11? Context? Damn, we skipped like a bunch of lessons. First day, oh, maybe it's lesson 1.1? I don't know. First day of school, are you nervous? To be honest, I'm happy to be able to hear something other than my own voice. Ah, that's cool. Today we're going to talk about air. We're going to focus on what will be useful for creating our own divination deck. Understood. Air represents the invisible, the negative space, that which imbues everything. Air is the collective subconscious, energy within a community, the ecosystem. Air is everything that surrounds us. Air is context. Exactly. Master your air and you will acquire unparalleled awareness. There is power in knowing one's place. Even when isolated, you are one with the cosmos. Now, for the first part of our contract, we will seal our air energies together. Yes, please. As I promised, I will let you decide the nature of every seal. Just need to answer a question, but careful. Your answer will affect your fate dramatically. I'm ready. For the air seal, how do you want to be perceived? Ooh! Now, I want to be feared, I want to be adored, I want to be pitied. Out of these, I would most want to be adored. I mean, I'm not even gonna pretend. To be feared, I don't know, I don't like to scare people. To be pitied, I mean, what could be nice in some ways, because you get, typically if someone feels pity, they will be nice to you and do you favors, but then it's like, I don't know, I don't like the power balance there. Will they? It depends if it's like positive pity or negative pity. All of these can be positive or negative technically. But I feel like adoration has the least amount of negatives. Because pity could also be like they want to put you out of your misery, basically, in an extreme case. And fear is also they could like rebel. Adored, I feel like they would just be a bit, maybe pushing your boundaries, but then I'm like, I don't really care that much, to be honest. I want to be adored. Ready for an ego trip, eh? I'm on board. Inspiring adoration will allow you to gather support from many, but be careful you don't get overthrown by your idol persona. Understand. Allow me to seal our air energies together then. Ooh. The animation is so pretty in this game. Just everything is gorgeous. Ugh, that hurt. That felt good. Can't you feel the power? Yes, I feel it, but I also felt like I was tearing apart. Well, girl, I am a behemoth after all. What did you expect? I know, I can take it. Good. Now focus on that bit of air that you unlocked. We're going to use it to create our first card. I notice you have a ceremonial tokonoma for witchcraft in the basement. Head over there and I will teach you to create cards. Ooh, nice. Another visual novel with interactive elements. Ooh, create card. Step 1, select sphere, the Opera House. You acquire magic images that you can be used to craft your cards. There are 3 types. Spheres for the backgrounds, arcana for the main figure on the card, and symbols to create some magic pizzazz to your compositions. They all cost magic energy to summon. Right now you can only acquire air-type elements because we've only unlocked the air seal, but you go ahead and browse the grimoire to savor your future creations. Ooh, these are gorgeous. Look at all of these. There we go. The Opera House, an enchanted opera house that magnifies the emotions of anything sung inside its chamber. Ooh, look at these. Is there any other that we can go for except the harpy? Ooh, we can also go with this. The shaman. The shamans have been taking care of the soul and heart of many tribes since the birth of the mortal kin. These mortals can grasp a blur of the ideas we witches weave into the light of the stars. Energy cost 4. This one is also 4. Harbinger of newfound paths. The herald has been spreading occult discoveries from coven to coven since she was created by the corpse of Archwitch Kedamia. I want to go with this guy. This one we can do Onyx Trumpet. Oh my god, Onyx, no way. Blatant desire to announce your will. A blatant way to announce your will and desire. This instrument has many detractors, but no one is able to ignore its sentiment. Ooh, wings. Ether Wings, one of the most popular spells among beginner witches. Ether Wings spell not only allows the user to fly, but allows them to gift wings to other beings. Ooh. Now that's interesting. Arbiter book. Arbiter's most essential tool. Whether they write in these books is updated immediately in the Master Grimoire, and once the information is classified by a superior officer, replicated throughout every book of every arbiter. Interesting. Dark Matter Bow, an arcane bow designed to hunt spirits. It cannot hurt physical entities, so sometimes witches use it for mock battles and recreating William Tell's infamous shot. Of course, fucking William Tell's. We actually read this in school. Fun fact. It was very bland. I'll go with the trumpet. I feel like that would fit a herald. Ooh. Now build your first card. Wait, you get to like actually design. You can move the background and drag or rotate or scale the images around. Add as many images as you want from the stock at the sides of the card. Don't worry, it won't cost you extra energy. Put your soul into it. That's so cool. Wait, you can actually just move the items? That's so cool. And you can rotate? This is sick. I've just got absolutely based. Okay, I'm gonna have a jump out like that. Holding the staff, maybe. Like that. And then we have the air elements. It's the trumpet as well. Can I give the trumpet and then flip that? Oh, this is copy. Don't want to copy. You make this smaller? Be curious. Okay. Need to do some more space saving measures. Make things way smaller. There we go. That kind of worked. And then I'm gonna give the air symbol a go. I think have one of these like that, and then have one in the bottom like a card design. We have these, and we have letters and messages. Do you want to try and give her wings? And then flip these and add them back in the back there. Haha! Now she's wings, there we go, and then I'll add some letters coming out of the trumpet. There we go. There's maybe some swirls to indicate that. That is like swirling, or does that already make sense? I think that's quite nice. It does look like a big swirl. And maybe I'll add a final... Can I make it even bigger? I think this is the biggest. And then... swirl that around. I think that's quite nice. Wait, you can change the background like that? That's so cool. Okay. We'll try and have a... We'll go like that. Wait, no, actually, I think this is too busy. I liked where I was already at. Okay, finish that. Epic! Made our first card happen. Let's go. Leadership, purpose, justice, predestination, and luck. Nice. Alright, nice. The meaning of a card varies depending on which elements you combine. Elements lean towards relationships, community, and karma. Pay attention to your studies so you can tune your divination style towards the ideas you fancy the most. It can be tricky at the beginning. The only way to master this is through experience. Nice. I think this is quite a cool design. Did you like it? Looks promising. Feels way more complex than tarot, but I can sense its potential. Good, we're only just getting started. It'll all make more sense when you try your hand at reading them. We'll wait until you've made at least 2 cards, though. There's not a lot of predestination in shuffling a single card. Ha 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 ha. I'm sorry, you must be tired. Go to bed and review the fundamentals of air. Tomorrow we will unlock your water. Thank you, Arbaba. Thank you, Fortuna. I will make you happy, I promise. Good night. I like that you can design your own cards, it's kind of epic. Do not be afraid of him, become his master. Oh, it's 3! I get it. It just looked like 11 to me. So the first one was 1, the second one was 2, and the third one was 3, okay. O Fortuna, each day me cometh to teacheth thee, for breatheth is the cosmos, and eternal thy grief. What are you doing? Ah ha 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 ha. I thought I could get more in character to satisfy your expectations. I'd rather focus on our studies. Oh, come on. You're not the only one excited about being able to talk to somebody after eternal imprisonment. Loosen up a bit. Holy familiar, what charm art we studying today? What? Colors me, art thee well. I mean, it plays well, I think, to befriend them a bit. Stop, I give up. Now come here and teach me your magic. Phew, even joking around doesn't stop you from being intense. Okay, focus up, Rama. Let's begin today's lesson. The second element we will unlock is water. Water represents substance, meaning, the hidden nature of things. Water comes in many shapes. Purpose, desire, willpower. Water is everything that lives inside of you. Water is emotion. That's good synthesis, yes. Master your water and you will have the key to any heart and soul. There's power in empathy and self-awareness. Water isn't my forte, but I understand. Yeah, I noticed that. But don't worry, I'm here to support you. Now for the second part of our contract, we will seal our water energies together. Yes, please. Again, you decide the nature of our contract. Answer this question. And remember, your answer will affect your fate dramatically. I know. For the water seal, what is your innermost desire? Ooh, we're getting deep, fellas. Power, romance, or knowledge? I'll be real, knowledge. I just always want to know shit. And like understand how it works and like why does it work in the way that it does. Not for everything ever, but for like people mostly. Like why does someone do something? Like what have been the influences on them and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, give me all of that. Tasty knowledge, you know? Like romance good, power good, but like also power can be kind of a lot of responsibility if you don't want to be a dick about it. And romance can also be a lot of work. So I'll go with knowledge. Oh, knowledge, that's not a common desire. But it makes sense, enlightenment is a mighty resource for a witch. Can't wait to see what you make of new knowledge. Although, be careful not to stumble onto one of those cosmic truths that are better left unknown. Don't want my favorite witch to lose her mind. Now. I have a question. When will all the contracts we've been sealing become effective? Immediately. I mean, they are etched into the cosmic wheel as we speak. In time, it will all come to you. You will be pretty aware of the moment they're delivered. I can tell you one thing for sure. They'll come in the same order we sealed them. First, you will get your adoration. You'll notice how people idolize you. Sometime after, you'll discover a new source of knowledge. Then, whatever we seal on your earth will happen. And finally, in the distant future, you'll pay the price we agree on the fire seal. A price, huh? Everything you've asked for will come at a price. I guess your summoning spell's forbidden for a reason, huh? Having second thoughts? No, I need this. Seal the second contract already. Embrace yourself. Ah, my bones! Woohoo! Girl, you have power. Just hope this torture's worth it. It will be, have faith. Can I make a new card now? Yes, same as yesterday. Head to the basement. Let's have a little walk down the basement. Create card. Ooh. Alright. We need the blue ones. Balana, Payash, Yoti? During the last war before the Age of the Witches, the ancient pierced these lands so deep the planet is always bleeding lava. The first witches tried to heal this dominion by covering it with the tears of water deities. The waters of Valana Payashioti are forever boiling. Rituals performed using salt from these waters grant access to the most profound emotions. Alright. The Shipwreck Library, the home of a water deity that collects every letter that was never sent or never got to its destination. Witches can purchase this lost knowledge in exchange for unedited poems or beautiful shells. Fair enough. And then we have Sunset Docks. Humble wooden docks cursed by a heartbroken witch. The legend says, say that anyone who parts ways with someone and sails away from this dock will never meet the one they left behind again. Damn. Jade Monk's Waterfalls, home of the Coven of the Jade Sculptors. The giant Jade Monk statues guard the souls of every member of the clan. If you bring a heart of a deceased Jade Witch back to these waterfalls, she can be born again as a mortal, retaining her memories but not her skills. Those who are reborn must act as servants for the living witches of their coven. And this one, the Red Strings Club, a cursed cocktail bar that takes the soul of whoever owns it hostage in exchange for supernatural abilities to read into their customers' souls. Ooh. I want to do the library. Boop. Library sounds cool. Okay, we don't have enough energy for that. Nor that, nor this. Oh, this one. Wolf Mother and Children. A behemoth born from the erratic retelling of a popular fable, makes sense. Every time a witch tells a story, the seed of knowledge absorbs the sediments of her words. When a tale is narrated enough times, a minor behemoth will appear. The wolf mother now wanders the cosmos, adopting orphaned magical creatures. Aww. How cute, but I don't think that fits on a boat. Forbidden door to pleasure. Witches found this door chained to the ever-expanding edges of this universe. No one's ever dared to go through it. Once a young witch looked through its keyhole and fell victim to a 7-year-long orgasm. Addicted, she went back to look again, but this time she exploded into red dust. Oh, damn. Ain't no way, what? Yeah, yep, apparently. The bartender, okay, that makes sense. He's used to mourn and celebrate with people from all walks of life. He knows how to look into the souls of mortal, he knows how to exploit it. Avian dancer. We only have like 2 options. Okay, if we only have those 2, I'm gonna go with the bar instead. And do the bartender because it just feels correcter. This. And then I hopefully can add... I don't want to do the door of pleasure. No, we don't have enough energy if we do this. That's so upsetting. Alas. I'll go with the library, and then I guess there's just the door to pleasure in in the library. Alright. Bottomless jug. Its contents are sour because it pours the unshed tears of the dead. Drama. And then we have last trial in this area. It only makes traitors bleed. There's only one and has been lost since they used it in the trial that got Adina expelled from her former coven. Ooh, Adina was expelled. I did not know this. What? Minister of Secrets. Whatever secrets you confess, the Minister of Secrets will keep anyone from spreading it. The spell will break if the eel dies. Kinda hype. Swordfish liquor. 1 glass will make you happy, 2 glasses will make you horny, 3 glasses will make you honest. Fair enough. And then, Veritas Mirror. A mirror that only shows the reflection of its owner. You can't lie while looking at it, so witches use it to find out if they are fooling themselves, which happens quite often. This one. Snowcat eyes. The eyes of a cat from the Crystal Nebula dimension. If you see the eye of a snowcat in a glass doll, it will come to life and protect you until it shatters. They're extremely fragile, extremely dangerous. Alright. I want to do the bottomless jug. I have one exactly. Okay, I'm gonna go to here, to the mouth. I'm gonna put the door in here. the door on the beach. There we go. We'll do the knocker on the door. The door handle. Then we have the jug. I'll just do jugs pouring into the door. You don't want to know what that means. And then a third one in the middle, like down here. All of that, and then I'll do a fish in the corner. I don't want to do this. Looks kind of cool. Ta-da! Yay! High alchemy. Introspection, yearning, passion, and power. Makes sense. Now, come upstairs. You're going to read the cards for me. Alright. What can you do with 2 cards, though, TBH? Time for some divination. This is your area of expertise, so you guide me through this. Okay, a card reading with just 2 cards, huh? We need to test if these really work, so I'll do a reading where we can confirm on the spot. I'm going to read your past. Whoa, that's bold. I like it. I'm ready. Alright, go on then. It's been a couple of centuries without my deck. I may be a bit rusty. You just enjoy it. You're among friends here. Okay, so it's going to be a very simple reading. I'm going to draw a card and place it on this spot to read into your past. Here we go. I love how she's shuffling more than 2 cards. You're older than the universe. Your first love was a witch named Gloria. You're older than the universe. I'll go with older than the universe. Wow, these cards pierce deep. I wasn't expecting you to get such a revelation in your first draw. I'm proud of you. Thank you, but what does this mean? How can anyone perceive the Big Bang? This is a hard one to explain through language. You know that the universe is expanding, right? Right? Well, the universe expands over something. Or should I say over nothing? I don't know how to put this into any words you know. But basically, I existed before this universe. At some point, the universe you live in grew around me and I was subjected to its rules. Before we are captured by a universe, behemoths live without shape, without mass, without time. Are there other universes besides this one then? Yes. What are they like? Unfathomable by any language or code developed within this universe's rules. Don't think too much about it or you will lose your mind. In any case, this extra universal nature is where my powers come from. Magic is but an extensive understanding of how reality works. Aye, wow. Let's get back to your training. Yippee! Wow, what was that? I felt an energy surge. That is your deck harvesting energy. Whether you do a reading, you'll harvest magic akin to the card you drew. Fortune telling will be your main source of energy once we seal our pact. I see. Alright, the cards work. They work like a charm, I must say. You're a gifted fortune teller, my friend. Thank you. I really missed this. I almost forgot how exciting it is to dig into the secret of the cosmic wheel. I'm so happy for you. I'm so thankful, Abrama. We're just getting started. Now go get some rest. Tomorrow we'll make another card and do some more divination. Looking forward to it. Good night. I'm kind of scared of what the price will be for the fire card. Abrama loves you. Do you think you will ever be able to love him, a being such as him? Who knows? He is a big creature. Lesson 4, strength. Today's lesson is about Earth. This is a powerful one. Are the other ones powerful as well? Well, of course. But this one is pure potential. Literally power. Okay, glad to see you excited. Let's begin the lesson, please. Okay, Earth. Earth, how can I sum it up? Earth represents determination, empowerment, everything that pushes you forward. Earth is grounding, support, the source, but also the direction of your force. Earth is your drive. Earth is strength. That's it. But bear in mind that it doesn't only refer to your own capabilities, but also to the support of your allies. To master one's Earth is to be aware of where to look for potential, not to be drunk on one's power. Motherly love, loyalty, sisterhood, those are also forms of Earth energy. I understand. Now, for the third part of our contract, we will seal our Earth energies together. Lay the question on me. Remember, your answer will affect your fate dramatically. For the Earth Seal, what do you want to become? Your main source of determination. Love the support of my friends. Conquest, defeating my rivals. Myself, personal growth and self-realization. The third. Love and support of friends is great, is amazing, is wonderful, but I rather want to live for myself, not for others. But also obviously have others in my life because having friends and family and everything is amazing and lovely. And companionship is really good. But you know what I mean, like at the end of the day, if I'm by myself in my own room, I am the only one there. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say that's a lone wolf response. I think it's just a... kind of, it's like... I don't know, it's just a different priority system. It's the safest position to rely on yourself. I just hope you never break down or your willpower will shatter and there will be no one able to pick up the pieces. Okay, I've come this far by myself. Also, this person's been alone for 200 years, so like... I'd be kind of afraid if they couldn't handle life by themselves. You sure look strong, I'll concede that. Very well. Now I will seal our Earth energies together. Get ready. Dun dun dun, drama. Ugh, the power. I love Earth contracts. I almost vomited with this one. Yes, Earth has a lot of presence. I've seen other witches puke right after sealing it. I'm one of the tough ones then. Oh, you bet you are. You have been the first one not to cry during the ceremony. Although, we still have fire to seal. That one is painful even to me. Oh no, you can do this. Only one to go. Now the fun part, let's make a card. That is indeed the fun part. I like this game a lot so far. I think the mechanics are very, very cool. The vibes are good. It looks gorgeous. Pleasant Prairie. When Jasmine's meant to retire, she summoned a dozen acres of enchanted grasslands, inspired by a poem written by the youngest witch of her coven. Moonstone Temple. Before magical enslavement was forbidden, the long-lost coven of the Jade Sculptors tasked 7 major demons with carving a gigantic temple out of a moon. The unspeakable dimensions of the temple make the witches who study inside its halls aware of the insignificance within the universe and enhances their powers through humility. Cool. The road back is lethal, the road ahead is unknown. Ooh. We don't have enough for this. gem skull belt. Less than a century ago, the architect which Grete carved 13 skull-shaped rooms. Finished D&Ding? Yo, hi Nabita. Welcome in, Queen. We're playing a demo for a game called The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. This is a visual novel. We are a witch who's got exiled into the cosmos, and we have made a deal with a essentially ancient demon. And we... Perhaps that's cool. It is very cool so far. Okay. The best merchants of the galaxy. Okay, nice. Titan Quarry. Magical post office. I want to go for the road. I think the road's cool. Wait, I don't want to go for the skulls. Where were the skulls? Here. What would fit the skulls? Ooh, that looks sick. I want to try and build like a cool dragon. Think I'm gonna chill while driving home. Pee pee poof. See you later, baby. Have a good drive home. I'm gonna go with the gold here. That sounds cool. Do like a loop situation. Did you say maybe? Fancy focus. I just said see you later maybe, as in like I don't know if Nap's coming back. So I didn't want to assume that she was coming back. That you said sad baby. Yeah, just was sloppy I guess in pronunciation. I have an idea how to make like the symbol. I make a second one and I'll crisscross them. Oh, my ears are being silly, it could be. Okay, I need to have this slightly... Okay, I want to try and do... Okay, what if I switch this? Not this cool idea, but it's like, I don't know if it's gonna be possible with the layers. Kinda works. There's like a tiny little segment I can maybe cover up with some rocks. And then... Right. I try and pin the tail on it. Put this somewhere else. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Despair. Try and sort of cover up that one section that's a little uneven. There we go. It's my theme design here. These are like bibbers. Should give it like arms. There you go, we got it. Like that. I think that's kind of cool. Went very elaborate on this. There we go. Boom. I think those looks pretty cool. Guardian, ego, happiness, and different stagnation. The Birth of Iron. Ooh. What a cool name. Nicely done. Come upstairs and do a reading for me, would you? Oh, we have 3 cards now. Any ideas on what to read next? I'm going to read your desire. I want to find out what your true intentions are. You want to expose your teacher? You give me no quarter, huh? I'm game, do your worst. I need to know for the sake of our relationship. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, we got the Birth of Iron. Guardian, ego, happiness, and different stagnation. Would like to be almighty again, greater than this universe. You are deeply depressed, you yearn for peace of mind. Ah. Low-key feel this one, so I'm gonna go with this. I am depressed. How could I be depressed? You don't even know what you're talking about. Are the cards wrong then? The deck is foolproof, but there's always human error. Well, I don't feel this card is wrong, and I'm not human, I'm a witch. You may be the almighty behemoth, but I am the fortune teller here, and you are just my current. When this happens, it usually doesn't mean that I'm wrong, but that the current can't accept the reading. Oh, come on, I'm older than time. I would know better. Lonely maybe, frustrated, resentful for sure, but depressed, that's a human thing. I've never known a behemoth that's been depressed. Abra, listen, it's okay, I can help you. I'm the one helping you here. Yes, and I'm grateful, but if you ever need to talk, I'll be happy to listen. You're not alone anymore. Wow, this witch. You will feel better, I promise. Sure. I think I'm going to draw another card. Oh, what for? You're quite a difficult character to read, I just can't tell what your deal is. In addition to your desire, I need to ask. Why do you behave like this? What do you mean like this? Shh, let the cards speak. Aha. Introspection, yearning, passion, and power. You want to be my friend, you crave my approval. You are trying to seduce me, you feel the need to make your superiority clear. I'd say this. Oh wait, maybe. I don't think this. Seduction could be on the table. Because we did have that message in between the days of like, that he loves you, but like, you have to figure out if you accept it or whatever. I'm gonna go with this, just for the vibes, just because I think it's funny. You're trying to seduce me. Hitting on me through the cards, aren't you? I know, I swear this is the card's message. Don't try to dodge the bullet. What is this about? I admit I have a strong fetish for witches. Sorry. Ugh, creepy. It's not like that. I'm not talking about sex exclusively. There's something tense and stimulating about becoming a witch's servant. Okay, bro. Calm your demon vibes. Your desire's always so colorful. I just can't get enough of the rush that comes from satisfying a witch. Still sounds perverted to me, that's what I'm saying. I would argue that it's never a perversion. I'm lucky my abilities are so tempting for your kind. I'm eager to see how our time together will play out. I predict that you're destined to stir things up dramatically. Love the switch of the mood when we change the game. Yeah, it's gonna be the biggest mood change. Because our life beginning always is kind of sad, especially at the start. You sure love drama! It's what makes existence worthwhile. Bit scared now, actually. Just a bit. You went in for the kill with this reading, didn't you? That's my divination style. If we don't dig into the intense stuff, we might as well just have a normal conversation. You're absolutely right. I can see I won't get bored with you. What now? I'm the one that needs some rest after today's session. Go and review what we've studied so far and get ready for tomorrow's lesson. Fire is the last seal and also the most trying of the energies. Very well. Do you believe your friends will understand why you summoned a forbidden behemoth? When they tell on you to the coven? Had you discovered through your fortune-telling that a fellow witch had broken the same rule, you would have reported her, wouldn't you? Lesson 5, conflict. Ready for more? Yes. How have you found the ceremony so far? Do you want to review any elements before continuing? I don't think so. It was pretty basic stuff. Understood. What's the matter? Oop. That's not where I meant to click, there we go. You're not as chipper as usual. Ah, yes, I'm sorry. Fire is usually my favorite lesson, and it marks the final step before our contract becomes effective, which I am looking forward to. What? I have a bad feeling about this. That's odd. Based on your acting all so far, I thought you enjoyed the threat of dire consequences. Of course I do. That kind of adrenaline is my favorite thing in the cosmos. What is it then? Look, you're right. I better stop dwelling on silly worries and focus on your training. I'm just moody for some reason. It's not silly. What do you say we look into it with our cards after we finish today's session? That might be a good idea. That's one of the perks of being summoned by a fortune teller. So true. You're on. It'll be a good challenge as the final test for this new deck. That's the armor I know. I need you sharp for the final lesson. Fire it is then. This element is usually feared by most and yearned for by those with ill will. but fire is more versatile than most magic practitioners think it is. Fire represents adversity, battle, everything that is against you. Fire is challenge, intimidation, the fuel of every battle. Fire is your wrath. Fire is conflict. Exactly. But don't just dwell on the negative aspects of that definition. Conflict also means growth. The only time fire is bad is when you're on the losing side. And even in defeat, there's a great deal of growth. We are the living example of that, haha. Master your fire and you will conquer anything the cosmos throws at you. To tell you the truth, I'm more intimidated by water. I'm actually quite fond of fire. Ha 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 ha. Maybe that's why we get along so well. Now the final contract. This answer will affect your fate profoundly. For the fire seal, what will you sacrifice to access my magic? My immortality, the coven, the life of whoever I love the most. The coven. Which is basically the equivalent of family, I'd say. But the question is, who does, like, if we go with myself, if the person you love the most is someone in your coven / family, would that then mean that it's like either just they die and everyone else in your family survives, or if you select family, that means they also die because they are part of your family? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just taking coven for family because I don't really have a coven, obviously, in real life. And I've been kind of answering these accurately, I guess. What do you guys think? I'm gonna go with the coven for this, but thinking that the person who you love the most, if they are part of the coven, they are not included in this. That's how I'm gonna solve this for myself. The coven. Wow, that is brutal. Why? It doesn't mean they all die. They could just disband, right? Yes, or they could be absorbed by a more powerful coven. Or they could all fuse into a single all too powerful witch. I've seen it happen. Yeah, sacrificing just means you don't have it, not they die, technically. But I do want to keep the immortality because that's kind of useful. Especially since clearly we don't age like people. Like, she's been here 200 years and she's not like a pile of bones on the ground, you know? There are many possibilities, but still to use everyone you know as a payment is wild. Do you want to reconsider? No, this is my final answer. As you wish. I will etch your decision into the cosmic wheel and pray it doesn't break you apart when the time comes to pay the price. Brace yourself. Yo. Can't breathe. This pain, it burns. It's breaking my atoms apart. I love it. Help me, Fortuna. Clearly she did not handle this last one well. Ooh. Very dramatic. It's like anime level drama in this intro. Wake up, Fortuna, wake up. Is that chapter 1 again? Arbitrage? Maybe? What happened? Sorry, I had to wake you up. You've been asleep for a couple of days. You dropped dead after we sealed the fire contract. Thought it might be too much, so I let you rest. I feel dizzy. I had the weirdest dreams. Oh yeah? What about? Can't remember, but it all felt premonitory. Premonitory? There we go. I feel bad for waking you up, but you have some business to attend to. What do you mean? Look at the window. You've got a visitor. That falcon, that's a familiar from an arbiter. What's an arbiter? The Arbitrage Office is an organism composed of former witches, unaffiliated with any coven, that ensure no magic is operating outside the laws of the Magic Pact. They also rule over conflicts between different covens and rarely interfere with internal affairs. It was founded for about 4,000 years ago, so it makes sense you don't know about them. Yeah, that happened during my slumber. Why were they created? Well, both the Arbiters and the Magic Pact were created after an especially bloody witch war that ended with a coven burning 87 witches inside of a white star. Brutal. To avoid future atrocities, some witches vowed to stop using magic and focus exclusively on keeping the peace. In the beginning, it was a group of devotees who wanted to avoid tragedy, but nowadays it's mainly composed of outcasts that have to serve the Arbitrage Office as a lifelong punishment. Wow, things have gotten a lot bleaker since I was last put to sleep. This all happened before my time, but I'm more afraid of having witch wars than witch cops. And what do you think the Arbiter wants? Maybe they noticed I summoned you? That's impossible, my arts are untraceable. There's only one way to find out. Let's invite her over. Sure, I make myself invisible whenever you get a visit. Also, you have some energy pooled from sealing the fire contract in case you want to expand your deck before inviting the Arbiter over. Okay, plus I saw you were reading, right? Ah, don't worry about it. There'll be time for that. Okay, but you're not off the hook. We'll look into what worries you eventually. As if I could escape you. Okay, I'm gonna go and make the card first. Alright. We'll use this quicksand gravestone. Graveyard. Right, which one did I even select? Oh, the graveyard, right. Use this, and then... do you have anything that fits like the graveyard theme? Ooh. It's a fire... Use the igniting saber. Go, we'll do this. She'd like her facing that way. And like kneeling in front of the altar. I'll just try and make like a snake here. Get cut by the blade. Like that. This sword flaming burn over there, that's kind of cool. We'll do... What I wanted. This is. We go, and then we have this bad boy. Move this over a bit. That. Kind of fun. There we go, and then maybe. There we go. Just a lot of fire there. I think that's quite cool. Deception, the unknown, rejection, bad omen, change, and rebirth. Don't think we have enough. Well, we do have a little bit left. I'm gonna have to see if I can do the road one. Yes, I can. And I have the wolf mother and the children, and then the cat. These are so cute, the little fellas. And go all the way back, so they're kind of like trotting behind them. Now we'll do the statue over here. There's just a random hair. Don't really want to use that, so I'll use the eyes. Don't really want to do that color. I want to try and get the. There we go, nice. I'll get rid of you. Nice little triangle. Quite good. Family jaunt. Authority, mercy, wellness, justice, communication, and peace. I think we're good now. Ooh. Dear Fortuna, my name is Thea, and I write to you from the arbitrage office. Your personal situation caught the attention of my superiors, who tasked me with reviewing your case. I would like to interview you regarding your exile, and write a plea to your Commons leader to revisit your case. If we judge the punishment to be excessive, yours faithfully, Thea, arbitrary badge 210, rank waxing crescent. Yes, invite. Ooh, mysterious, a visitor. They're cool. Thanks for having me. My name is Thea, Arbiter, badge 210. If you're common Arbiter, I really appreciate the office paying attention to my case. I've been isolated for 200 years so far. That's precisely why I'm here. The Arbitrage Office recently discovered your situation. We are worried it may go awry for the community. Excessive punishments beget rancor and 1,000-year-long exile. That's a perfect recipe to build up a lot of bad blood. And we all know what a witch can do with a surplus of bad blood. But I'm here to help you. Let me know about your case, and we'll look for a way to make you feel better. Thank you. I already had a meeting with Adina, the leader of your witch clan. Adina told me that you predicted the fall of your coven. She explained to me that she didn't punish you for that though. She punished you because of how you handled it. Apparently you plunged the coven into chaos, giving ill advice to any witch, telling them to prepare for the end times. And those actions almost destroyed the coven before its time, so she decided to exile you and deprive you of your deck, so you can meditate on the range and meaning of your powers. Now, that's the official version. I'm interested in what you have to say. Do you think what you did was wrong? No, premonition that grave should be disclosed to the community. Yes, I should have gone to Adina first. Maybe go to Adina first. You could always publish it afterwards, you know. You acknowledge your leader's wisdom. That makes things easier. Next question. Do you think your punishment is fair? I trust Adina's judgment. I'd say absolutely not this way too excessive. It is excessive, 1,000 exile. I understand. Hardly anyone would accept this kind of sentence. How are you coping with centuries of isolation? At first it was hard, but now I think I can manage. Wow, you are strong. I'll see what I can do to improve your situation. I can leave less worried about you doing something drastic, right? Yes, I believe so. I still don't understand why Adina deprived you of your tarot deck. I mean, if you're isolated, what does she care if you have your magic or not? Something I'm supposed to reflect on while exiled. It's a pity, because I'd love to have my fortune read. Anyway, before I leave, as an arbiter I'm obliged to ask, anything to confess? Actually, I am crafting a new deck for divination. Oh wow, that's bold. But I don't think that what you're doing is illegal. Adina took your tarot deck from you, but she doesn't have authority over your new creations. Yet. Sure, she won't be happy to hear it though. You don't need to report to Adina, right? I trust in the officer's neutrality. Of course, unless you break the magical pact or becomes relevant during a trial, we won't disclose sensitive information from our investigation. In any case, what I'm crafting isn't a tarot deck, it's something new. Oh, really? Can I see it? Would you like a reading? As an amateur, it is my duty to make sure that your new project doesn't break the magical pact, so I would love a reading very much. Yes, please. It'll be my pleasure. Is there something you want to ask the deck? I want to know what's in the future regarding my career as an arbiter. Very well. I'm going to draw 2 cards for you. The first one to look for opportunities and good omens, and the second to warn you about possible challenges or adversaries. That's scary. Would you prefer not to know? No, please go ahead. Alright, here we go. Let's go! Okay, so this is about the good. Guardian, ego, happiness, and different stagnation. So I guess happiness would be... Is that the good? Or can I also put in the bad? Should we put this to good or bad? Didn't know that I could do both. Like ego. I'd say maybe bad. You will suffer critical permanent injury or wound. Don't worry, everything's going to be alright. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have put it to the good now. Yeah, we'll do this. Don't worry, everything's going to be alright. Oh, that's it? What can I say? Some people are born under a lucky star. I wouldn't call myself a lucky person, though. If I was, I wouldn't have ended up as an arbiter. Why do you say that? Aren't you happy? Well, I do enjoy my job, but I didn't willingly become an arbiter. I miss so many things from being a normal witch. Like, dating and all that, you know? I'm sorry. It's alright, it's what I deserve. Can I ask why? Actually, you can't. An arbitress background is classified. Oh, I see. Happy to know nothing grave will happen to me in the near future anyway, thank you. Okay, but what's the good, though? Toxicity. Ooh, deception, the unknown, rejection, battlement, change, rebirth. For Keth. Make a very important arrest, will be someone from my coven. Going to play a crucial role in future politics within the witch community. You're going to meet someone really special. It's going to change your life. I'll go with the middle one. Career. What? I shouldn't. We arbiters are a neutral party. Maybe it's something that falls into your line of duty. Maybe your splendid job as an arbiter puts something misshapen back on track. Ah, that's great to hear. There's all speculation at this point, but what the cards let me see clearly is that it is specifically you who will play a crucial role in the future. Ah, the pressure. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. What do you think of my new deck? I see! It's because we want to be adored. That was amazing! And a bit scary, but mostly amazing. Thank you. Your gift could be a very valuable asset for our office. It's a crime that you're imprisoned here. Well, I shouldn't position myself in such matters. At least not that strongly here. In any case, it's an objective truth that your skills are wasted on this forsaken rock. Now, as an arbiter, I can't simply overrule Ardina's sentence, but I'm going to lift the ban on visitation. Wow, can you really do that? I just requested a permit from the main office. It'll become effective as soon as my arbitress notebook gets updated with a moon stamp. Arbitrage forms are updated in the master grimoire as soon as my pen touches the paper. All of what I've written so far is already in the office archives. You girls sure are efficient, huh? There are witch covens all around the universe. We can't afford to be traveling back and forth to the moon temple all the time. Makes sense. Ooh. And it's official. You can now receive guests in your cute asteroid home. Ah, this makes me happy that I can express. Teehee, you deserve this. I'm just happy to ease your pain. Thank you so much. I'm just doing my job. Do you want me to let your coven know? Just let Jasmine and Dahlia know for now. I'm not ready to go public yet. It's been 200 years. I understand. I'll send a falcon to each of them. Thanks again. Well, I should be going now. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and thanks for the reading. Take care. Let me know if there's any trouble. Bye. The drama. Making of a witch. This is also a lot longer than I expected. But don't worry, once we're done with this, we will be playing Our Life of Beginnings and Always. And I had a 5 minute. Why so much orgasm talk? I mean, I'm good for you girls, but like, Jesus. No way, you're shitting me. How'd you know it was 5 minutes? What are you counting? I swear, I don't know what he did to me. I pushed him away when I started. He rolled up a cigarette and smoked it while watching me squirm. What are you talking about? Chill out. Jesus Christ. It's kind of an intense conversation to have while you're driving. Then he put it away while I was still fighting the last spasms of the carpet. Why are you on the carpet? I'm so jealous. I want to have a super orgasm too. How did he do it? Well, put his special toy in my butt. Okay, that played a major role, but I think it was a combination of many factors. The incense, the cocktails he prepared, the music, the smell of the sea. The planets just aligned, what can I say? So cool. Hearing about your sex adventures is so fun, you should write a book. I'd rather keep it between us. I don't want everybody to discover I'm a sex goddess. Imagine dealing with all those slimy middle-aged guys at the office. True. You should calm down with the sex goddess stuff a little or you end up finding trouble. More trouble, I mean. Oh, come on, there's only been a couple of scares. What's life for if not for enjoying ourselves? You need to find someone half as good as me to understand all the good sex you've been missing out on, sis. I have no idea what words to say. Yeah, this got very intense. Like, I do like the art and the actual gameplay of the game. I feel like it's just a little jarring with the tone shifts at times. Which, like, I get this is like an adult game, but it kind of feels like it's like remembering that it's an adult game every like 20 minutes and just like putting some sex talk in just to justify it being adult. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit like, oh, suddenly we're in a different lane. I've got to say, I wouldn't mind experiencing for myself what a goddess can do. What do you say? You have Alicia. Actually, we broke up. I mean, it is a demo. Yeah, of course it is a demo. Like, maybe in the full game it's not as jarring. Oh girl, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry if what happened. We've been dating since high school and I guess we just drifted apart. But you looked so good together last time we had dinner at your apartment. Yeah, we've always been good at putting up a front. But the truth is that this last year we've been fighting too many times a week. What about? Oh, the stupidest details. I have my theory about what was pissing Alicia off anyway. I tried to confront her about it, but she wouldn't admit it because that would make her a bad person or something. It was because of all the activism, right? Wow, how did you know? Nah, I just said it because it pisses me off a bit too, to be honest. Patrice. I guess sometimes I can be a bit too passionate. It's not that. Being around someone that fundamentally good can be frustrating. I mean, you're vegan, only consume local produce, wear repurposed clothes, volunteer at a soup kitchen. But that's not much of a sacrifice, it's just about working on your habits, really. Come on. Okay, I get it, but I never asked Alicia to do all those things. Like I said, it's not your fault, but I couldn't be happy eating Burger King and wearing leather boots next to you. Come on, I'm sure their relationship is more complicated than that. Wait, they're saying an hour-long demo is now available on Steam. Will cover 50% of the final product. The demo is set to give players an in-depth look into the game's divination-inspired gameplay, including tarot card creation. You will also get a sneak peek into the branching storylines and the charming custom characters. Fair enough. So I mean, maybe like, okay, is it saying that it's just the first 15% of the game, or is it just like 50% of the total game kind of mashed together for the illustration purposes of what the game's about? Nah, she's dead right. She just couldn't stand this goody two-shoes. Look, the sea! Ah, smells so good. We're here, girls. Let's offer our souls to the ocean and cleanse all the shit we've picked up from the city. Can't wait to see the meteor shower. I'm gonna wish for the three of us to leave everything behind and come live here. I love you. Aw, always so corny. Haha, we love you too. Fortuna, are you a virgin? What? Why would you ask that? You never talk about dating. I've never known any boyfriends or girlfriends of yours. I've had sex but I've never had a relationship. Don't try to look cool. My sister had sex once in high school, that's it. There's nothing wrong with that, I was just curious. I don't know, I like sex I think, but I rarely find anyone that piques my interest. Well, don't worry, you'll find someone special eventually. I would assume it's 50% of the whole thing, not necessarily in order. Fair enough. So maybe the like jarring switch in like, oh, now we're talking about ancient cosmic stuff, and then it's like random intense sex conversations. It's like maybe that's due to the demo being the demo. If she doesn't find anyone, that's alright too. Relationships are overrated. Ah, maybe. Stay out of my business, you two. It's the next stop, I'm pulling over. I would love to do this, by the way. Do like a little road trip. Let's start preparing dinner. Do you feel like pizza? Yes! My body's so ready for pizza. Do it, sis. Coming right up. Wait, you can make a pizza? Epic. Life just got amazing. It's pizza making time. Okay. I would not cluster like shit together like this, but... Alright, then add some mozzarella. And then do some leaves in the middle. And then we have some mushrooms. It's kind of like that, and then olives. I have a good bit of olives, especially black olives, they're so good. There you go. This looks so cute. Something magic about this dough. Having a sister that owns a food truck sure is a perk. Yeah, thanks for the pizza and for the ride, Fortuna. Although, I'll have just one slice. Ah, the pepperoni. Yeah, too much for me. Why don't you just pick it off? It's already sweated all over the pizza. I wouldn't mind making an exception, especially with cheese, but pepperoni's a step too far. So sorry if I'll go and make another one right now. No, don't worry. I brought some fruit in case you made something I should skip. I wouldn't want to impose. No, really, it's no problem. It's alright, seriously. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just so excited I'm not even hungry. Ah, okay, I'm sorry. On the other hand, I'm starving, and I love pepperonis, so you made my day, Fortuna. Great, cosmic balance restored. Could have done without the arugula, though. Yuck. I didn't know that was arugula, but okay. By the way, how long until the meteor shower? Could start any minute now. We'll definitely be watching stars fall in less than an hour. What are you guys gonna be asking for? We're not supposed to tell, are we? It's up to you, but I believe the stars don't care about what you say out loud. What are you going to wish for? Many things. I have a list, haha. And I guess that my most important wish is I want to become a better person. What do you mean? You already are a good person. Don't bother sweet-talking me. I can tell. I see it reflected in you and the people at the office and every guy after they ejaculate. I'm obnoxious. You could work on your empathy a bit, yeah. Fortuna. It's okay. We promised we'd never bullshit each other, right, little asshole? Love you. Love you too. Ah, never get you two. Ah, it means we're a pair of mean sisters, that's all there is to it. What do you plan to wish for, Eva? I want to save the world. Come on, you can't really be that selfless. No, really, it makes me really anxious. Even with everything I do. No matter if I recycle, consume critically, go to rallies, or donate part of my income to fight poverty, the world always moves in the wrong direction. You can't fight whoever's in the driver's seat. I want the stars to help me not give up against impending doom. I'm sorry. Eva, would you like to help me figure the stuff out with my cards? Yes, please. I've been thinking about your tarot deck all day, but I was too shy to ask. Haha. No, I enjoy reading your fortune. Please, go ahead. I see the pizza. Alright, what do you want to know? I want to know about the world's fate. That's very brave. Are you sure you want to ask the tarot about it? Yes. Even if you found out something terrible? Yes. Okay. We'll look into the fate of the world. Also, I'd like to know what I can do to make it a better place. Understood. Focus on those questions in your mind while I shuffle the cards. Ooh. The devil. The beast is the keeper of everything that's forbidden. Their servants ooze what lasts and invite you to fall into temptation. That went beyond corruption. It's so challenging because you're like, oh, but I don't know what the actions will be. I think this could fit here. An non-human entity will rule over us and make us all happy. Super bacteria will decimate humanity, leading us to simpler times. You'll get to witness the beginning of an era of space travel. In time, humanity will expand beyond the solar system. This. Wow, really? That's amazing, but how can you tell? You won't get to set foot on other planets, but your grandson will prosper on Mars. Haha, you're just messing with me, right? On the other hand, the Earth will slowly die, overexploded in service of the conquest of death. Many animal species will perish. In time, Earth will be reduced to planetary slum. Stop, just stop. You're messing with me, right? I swear to you, this is what the cards are telling me. Usually more vague, like, there will be an opportunity to develop yourself, or you will soon face a challenge. Now you're like channeling visions from another dimension or something. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Maybe it's the energy of the meteor shower or some planets we don't know just aligned over my deck. But I see it as clear as I can see your face. This is the fate of the world. How can you say these things with a straight face? Can't decide whether to cry or to laugh. You still want to know what you can do about all this? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's hear the whole joke. The Emperor. Ultimate power. You set up a guerrilla propaganda group that becomes famous worldwide. Your most effective course of action will be to resort to illegal and aggressive methods. I'm gonna do this. Wow, what's that? I sense that in the future there will be many more channels for communication beyond newspapers, radio, and TV. Free from the control of media outlets. And you'll be the head of a notorious group whose message spreads throughout many countries. Doesn't sound bad. I've always wanted to be able to encourage as many people as possible. And handing out flyers at the university hasn't been super effective up to this point. Well, congrats, you're going to get your megaphone. Great, I'll use it to let everyone know how screwed up we are. I didn't expect the cards to be this wild and specific, I'm so sorry. That's alright, it's been scary but also fun. If your prediction ever becomes real, my grandchildren will think I've lost it when I keep telling them how my friend predicted all this through tarot, haha. You're aware that you just totally screwed with Aoife's head, right? Didn't mean to. Come on, it hasn't been that bad. A future that distant just feels like fiction, prophecy or not. What about you? Now that you know the fate of the world, what are your plans? I was sorry for the Earth, but I believe that it would be beautiful for humanity to reach other planets. I love space. I would love to leave this planet. Oh, maybe you'll get to visit Mars. I don't think so. Fortuna foretold I have bone cancer in my 50s, so I doubt I'll ever get to reach the stars. That's horrible! Why did you tell your sister that, Fortuna? We were kids and I dared her to read as far as she could into my future. I've never read to anyone's end ever again. I felt a terrifying presence lurking beyond my vision, like if I could keep on reading beyond death then... now I'm scared. I will never forget that feeling. That moment my fortune-telling skills were enhanced in some way. I've never been wrong since then. It's true, I can vouch for that. Don't tell me that, I don't want the world to go bananas. Maybe we can fight magic with magic. Look, the meteor shower has begun. Let's ask the shooting stars to fix the scary future. It's just the three of us in some speech. Why don't we tell the stars what we want out loud? I already told you what I'm gonna wish for, so I'm okay. Okay, I'll go first. Please, stars, save the world from the fate Fortuna foretold. Give us a chance to make it right. Made my sister sound like a villain, haha. Don't say that. Stars, please make my sister happy. Help her find whatever she's always been looking for. Hey, weren't you going to wish to become a better person? Nah, that wouldn't suit me. I'd rather use my wish to take care of my little sister. That means you're a good person already, haha. Shut up, don't ruin my cool moment. Come on, Fortuna, ask them. Speak from your heart. It doesn't matter. Please tell us. Where's your mind? What's the thing you want that's so wild only the stars could give it to you? I want you to be happy. And then there's something else. I smell it in the sea breeze. Keep seeing it in the dance of every flame. When I look at my cards, I can tell that magic is real, yet everyone's always reminding me of how childish I am. I don't want to be a woman. I want to be I'm gonna presume witch. So she was like a human who became a witch, maybe? Well, this is the end of the demo, thank you. Thank you so much for playing. Do you want to know what happens next? There are many witches to meet and messes to deal with. In any case, this is as far as you can play today. You can quit playing here, but I'm going to give you some extra energy in case you want to fool around a bit more with the card editor. That. And again, thank you for your time, and hey, you'd be doing me a solid if you added the game to your wishlist, just saying. I always love when they just integrate like the promo dialogue into like character dialogue. I think it's super funny. Alright. People claps, we made it! I like this a lot, Again, the weird like tone shift, which might be due to it being a demo and not the full game, was like a little weird. But the art is beautiful. All of the like illustrations, I really like the card editor, I didn't expect that at all. And of course the tarot is something that I find an enjoyable game mechanic. I've had it in more than one game, I think it's really fun. I'm intrigued by the story as well. For like, again, because I'm judging the demo, if you don't know, when I give a rating for the demos, it's based on demo content only and how it's executed, not how the full game might be. So I'm giving it 4.5, the 0.5 for the weird random inclusions of sex conversations, adult topics that I feel like weren't integrated very well in the demo in particular. Might be different in the full game, but I still would play the full game. Like, this was very, very intriguing. Just from an art style perspective alone, this was absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, this is like how you warn properly. It's like, warning, you can't go back. But yeah, this was very, very fun. I like this a lot. Absolutely intriguing. Alright, now we've got... I do like that they have the content warnings in the menu as well. More games should do that. Really, really cool. I feel like especially if you are someone who enjoys visual novels / interactive fiction games, this is a really, really intriguing one. Alright. Now we've got Our Life Beginnings and Always, which is going to be a massive tone shift. Just, be ready, fellas, for like a massive tone shift really quickly. Thank you, James. I'll select it from the list. Don't worry. There we go. I found it. I found it. There we go. Wait. Why is it so tiny? What happened? There we go. There we are. If you don't know, we did the first chapter. This is a story about us meeting our new neighbor, who is a kid who moved in with his dad. His name is Cove, and we are very young in the first segment of the game. We are like 10, maybe, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since we played this, but you're 8. Okay, 8. Close enough. We're a child. We're a young child. So very obviously, like, the romance aspect is coming in later. Oh yeah, we last played this in March. Rip. This is how time gets away from us. At the breakfast table next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. This is a growing up game. Yeah, this is kind of following us through different stages of life. And there aren't like big choices that, depending on how you interact with the characters, you kind of unlock different paths. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. These are moms. Yo! I'm not gonna do all the voice acting because we've just already done. Like, I hope you forgive me. I will only lightly modulate my voice because I just did this entire demon voice for like an hour and a half for the previous demo, so I'll just roughly talk with my regular voice. And pitch it up and down a little bit, okay? But not come up with custom voices for everyone. So I also don't remember what I gave them last time. Excited to see your friend again, Yelim? Yeah, I am. Ooh.
How sweet.
How sweet. I'm so happy he moved in. With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Just use your real voice. They have partial voice acting. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say yeah. Also, it's quiet. Okay, I'll boost up the volume for you, chat. Is that better? With all the exasperation and 8-year-old can muster, you look at your empty cereal bowl, then at mom.
Okay.
Okay, attitude kid. We'll see. Good job, he should be here soon. Clean up again, and then on cue there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Actually, maybe, config, maybe I can just give you, like, a bit more here as well. Is that good with you, chat? Yes, yes, better. Ah, the music is so familiar. I mean, this is like your game. No, quit. No, I don't want to quit. How do I exit the thing? No. Let me leave. There's an exit side. Yeah, I just did not see that because that's where you are, chat. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Yum, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. There's baby Cove. Hey, Law family, thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting in your living room, and when he wasn't crying. You could also use escape. Thank you, James. With his dad standing in front of him and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. Let's go play in my room. Okay.
Take care.
I over-talked over him. Let us know if you need anything, YouTube. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. Epic. You let him through your room. It's kind of a nice room. Puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. This actually is a cool bed. With, like, some drawers under here. Also be a nice reading nook. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned it a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. I don't. Me too. Okay. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad she noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. You were glad. You hoped he liked your room. You know, we're not gonna force some awkwardness into this. Put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hoped he didn't say anything bad about it. Then his eyes landed on a tiny box of beach things you'd collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. Think so, Yessie? He gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. This is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like, Shiloh. He actually meant it. Alright, I almost forgot Shiloh is gonna be here today. Shiloh? Lizzie's friend, or like, her #1 fan, I guess? You have to see him. Should be okay, I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine, but you know. Come on, check out my shell some more. I found this one in a big piece of seaweed that had washed ashore and pulled out the she-cell. You pulled out she-cell. Oh my god. You pulled out fucking hell. This is actually like such a mouth twister. You pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Some of the scientific ones. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened to you with what looked like the full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuttle back into the ocean you found another empty shell that was almost a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making you happy, but Mummy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holt must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Oh right, the dad asked us to hang out, but we didn't tell Cove about that. I forgot about that element. It's been a while, as mentioned. Last we played this in March, so it's gonna take a sec for me to remember what happened. Before you do it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. Yeah, if you don't remember, Cove's dad offered you $20 bill to befriend Cove. Yeah, truly a peak parent moment. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. I've never had that. I don't know about you guys, but I've never had the experience of someone parental influence in who I was hanging out with as a child. It was always who I picked, or there was never any parental level of meddling, really. Not in a good or bad way either. Just it just wasn't. Which, I mean, I get it. Sometimes when you have the parents are already friends or they know each other, then they might want their kids to hang out. That makes sense. But I didn't really have that social structure around my parents when I was a child, so I had one kid who my dad was friends with his dad, so we went on holiday a few times, but overall, in terms of my life structure, this didn't really happen that much. Great. Bust it open, we can keep looking while we wait for Sheila. Cove reached and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken out yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. You can take it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? Uh-huh, but I don't want to take it from you, it's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You insisted. No, it's okay for you. Pushed the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present, but Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arms tightly at his sides. It was a battle you could win, at least not today. Cove was your neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time. Two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person had knocked, you figured it was probably Shino. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. You'll be alright, he's here, we can't tell him to leave. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. That sounds threatening, but okay. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. I could go out the window. He's already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, he stepped forward, then paused. You want to break your other arm? Damn. She knows any scary person alive. Jump. Shino's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you. Good idea. Let's go. I don't like the cheer up part. But admittedly, we are 8 years old. So, like, maybe we don't have maximum amount of emotional intelligence as an 8-year-old. So, like, good idea. Let's go. I guess we're just gonna be a troublemaker. Now see where we're going. He glanced back at you, then nodded. The two of you made your way to the window together. It wasn't much of a distance to clamber out, but by the time you landed gently in the bushes, you looked up to see that Cove was already taking off away from the house. He was fast, but you knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast, but neither were you. Accurate. Cove, I'm coming! You ran as fast as your legs would take you, grass whipping around your ankles as you did so. Cautiously, Cove slowed to a halt and looked back at you. Where are you going? I don't know, somewhere else. I just don't want to see. Yum! You looked back and saw Shino huffing down the hill after you, the backpacking clutch bouncing all around along the way. Where are you going? Can I come? He must have seen you leaving out the window and followed behind.
Hi.
Oh, he's like a young, like really young child. Okay. Oh, hi, you Cove. Yeah. I'm Shilo. Okay, he looks like maybe 5. Yep. Are we going back or are we gonna play outside? Shio's eyes moved between you and Cove, the smile remained strong on his face. Got a tiny frown from Cove in response. You were just grateful he hadn't asked why you'd been running away. Inside, we left the box on the floor. I would say he's more like 6 or 7. Yeah, maybe, but he looks like way younger than us, and we are like 8. Maybe it's like because of the perspective. Yeah, his def looks young. He just looks really young. Fair enough. To make sure they're okay. Okay. With Shino turning behind you and Cove headed back towards the house. The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach thing some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right? It's a pretty color, kinda like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue, it might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool.
I guess.
I love like that they're just kids and they don't need to have anything more entertaining than just looking at some shells. I like those colors too. Both of them smiled. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shino to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shino didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know. Where'd she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yep, but it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shino jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too, right? Yelling at the park is fun. Park's pretty great.
Yeah.
It's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun things to do and lots of sand. Has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. Sounds like it could be cool. So, are we gonna find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check the park out. Drift without any direction, Shino finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the 3 of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short she could always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey Lizzie! Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Yellium, Shilo! Hi! She dropped on the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. Split second, she had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. His ass does not care for us. You were used to being left out when it was just the 3 of you, but now Cove was here. He wondered if he would leave too. Who's that? It's Cove, he's new. I love the sunflower dress, very cool.
Hi.
I remember, hi Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms as to present the area to the newcomer. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom says you're Yelliam's age. Yeah. Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. Oh, so she's like 10. Okay. What about other kids? Other kids? No, Daddy. We're the only kids here and Sheila's just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth. No. For a second it looked like he might cry again, but something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Only some of them don't like kids. Hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far, Cove sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Sheila was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Yellow in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer's over. I want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Sheila looked down at the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Sheila's discomfort, at how weird she thought Cove was, and something else entirely you didn't really know. But she laughed, face scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. He offered him a small smile, and that at least looked to reassure him some. They're just vibing. For the rest of summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Sheila, and some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you saw him even more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, and the way sun and lunch and the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Ooh. What do we want to do, fellas? Got shopping, grown up, long day, sandcastle, or fireflies. Save first? Good idea. There's the X. Okay, I see it. I want to do grown up. One sweltering summer day, you were in your living room with Cove, listening to the sounds of the birds chattering outside the window while you lay across the rug on the floor. Cove's dad had dropped him off earlier, and your moms had left the two of you, along with Lizzie, to play amongst yourselves. It had been too hot to go outside in the afternoon, at least according to Mummy, so your sister was starting to get impatient waiting for her golf class that evening. Golf class, mate? Okay, fair enough. But at the same time, who the fuck does golf class? I knew like one kid who did golf when pre-age 12, I think, and he was kind of a nerdy child, so it was definitely seen as odd to play golf when you're like 10. The three of you had trouble finding something fun to do. Well, you live in California in this. I don't know, maybe in California it's more normalized, I guess. At the beach and the playground were off limits, and you felt it was too warm for anything like playing with your fuzzy toy animals. Then suddenly a light came to Lizzie's big brown eyes, and her smile spread wide across her face. Having an idea gave her a new wave of energy. Since we're stuck inside, we should be adults. They don't play outdoors anyways. They're always inside and telling everybody they're too busy to play. Why? I said why, it'll be fun. What do they do inside that we don't, besides use the phone a lot? Lizzie's a bit of a bitch as a child to be age. I mean, I get it. Like, if she's always been the oldest, then she kind of has, you will see, she's always had like a younger sibling to boss around and is given like elder child privilege. I can see it. Excluding small half, Lizzie decides to ignore Cove.
What do you think?
Do you want to? I'm gonna say I don't know. Please, Yalia, but have I ever had a bad idea? Whenever we play with you. I wasn't asking you. Boo, Ragey. V's cast is has jump scared us. I'm so glad I wasn't like that. But not being that also made me a pushover. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm here for like a minute, then I'm going. Fair enough. Welcome in, King. Hope you've been good. We are currently playing Our Life Beginnings and Always, which is James's current fixation of a video game where you scared people giggles. I was terrified. I was scared out of my little shaking booties. I wasn't asking you. You kept hesitating. Let's go. You looked down at your hand, still unsure. Apparently tired of waiting for you to make up your mind, Lizzie sighed. Fine, go play over there, Yellium. You flinched from her raised voice. It definitely wouldn't be fun to join now. Me and Cove will do it ourselves. It's decided. He looked back at you regretfully.
Yes.
Cove, you little pushover! Now go on. Nodding goodbye to the two of them, you trailed off to find something else to do. Like he promised, Cove stayed put with Lizzie for the next couple of hours while you... I'm gonna read a book. Could hear them talking as he sat with a book by the window. He opened the picture book on your lap and immediately got lost in the story. It was about a little donkey who grew up on a farm, making friends with all the animals and pretending to be like them. Like the part where she swam around the pond with the ducks, it almost made you laugh. You finished that book and went to get another, but before you could choose one, you noticed that Lizzie and Cove's voices were getting much louder. Curious about what was happening, you craned your neck to hear them better. At first, you only picked up on Lizzie's high-pitched shouting, giving orders, telling Cove what to do, yelling about sports and the Olympics. That was pretty typical for Lizzie, so there was nothing new there. But then you started hearing Cove more and more as time went on. It sounded like they weren't having a very good time. Surprise. You went to see what was going on, of course. Cove is like our friend, so... You abandoned your cozy reading spot. Rip. Despair abandoning the cozy reading spot to go check what was happening with them. Hey, is something wrong? From up close you could see that your sister was red-faced and pouting, while Cove mostly just looked confused. Neither one paid you mind. You're being so unreasonable, you. I don't get what you want. This game doesn't make sense. It does, you have to be realistic, I said that. But you're not. I worried that the two of them were getting a little too angry over whatever it was. You had no idea what to do to make them stop at this point. It seemed like the two of them would just keep working each other up as long as they could. Had the two of them been arguing like this the whole time? Thankfully, like a greeting card angel, Mom walked into the room. Lizzie rushed to her, hanging onto the hem of her shirt and poking out her tongue at Cove. Lizzie, Yellium, it's time to get ready to go. Sorry, you have to leave already, Cove. Their mummy said she'll walk you home, so you won't be left in the cold. Cove was still glaring at Lizzie, his face flushed red with anger. Leju, seductive cat jump scare. Why is it seductive? This is a chill cat. What are you assigning to this innocent animal, Nab? I can go by myself. But bye, Yellium. Dude, I did nothing wrong. All I did was not want to play the game. I don't know, man. When you Google sexy cat on Discord gifs, it shows up. Oh no! Oh, that's how I found it for Discord. Not the sexy cat assigning of Discord. Ragey. Terrible. It's just a cat chillin'. SMHing. There's a harsh edge to the brief farewell, but you knew it wasn't you he was mad at. Sag, this could really be thinking the cat got Riz. For real. Without giving Mom a chance to stop him, Cove stood up and stalked out the room, shoulders drawn tight. Okay? Worried Mom turned to look down at you and Lizzie. You two were playing nice with our new friend, weren't you? Told the truth. We were playing pretend and things got intense. They were like cats and dogs. Your sister's jaw dropped, looking betrayed as Mom put both hands on her hips. Elizabeth, I told you to be kind to him. He's having a hard time right now. Lizzie's mouth closed back up, replaced by a tiny frown. I know, I tried, but he was... No buts. We both know you can show someone a great time when you put your mind to it. We're going to apologize to Cove and his dad over the phone when he gets home from work tonight. Lizzie hung her head, dragging a foot across the ground in front of her. Okay, Mom, okay, we have a bit of a tattletale there. Good girl. You caught pieces of Lizzie sulking to herself about how it was his fault too, but it was over. Alright, we better get a move on. Let's go, kids. Nolani, why did you leave the car keys? Mom hustled you all over the door, and you noticed during the car ride to golf practice that Lizzie was quieter than usual. She was usually the first one to request which music to listen to in the car, but she didn't say a thing. Your parents noticed she wasn't in a mood to be bothered. They gave her space, and Mommy just asked you what you would like to listen to. Favorite song, soundtrack. Okay, we'll be a nice brother right now. Choose a song that we know Lizzie likes. Happy to see it brightened her up right away, and she started singing along with you. Soon enough, her bad mood was a thing of the past. When the car ride was over, you spent the twilight hour watching Lizzie hit things with other girls her age. You didn't know much about golf, but you could tell that she really liked it, so you sat with your moms and tried to puzzle it out. It was nice sitting outside after being cooped up in the house all day. You stretched out your legs to let the last few minutes of sun warm up your skin. When the sun was finally out of sight, dipping behind the horizon, you all got ready to leave. Instead of going straight home, your moms took the family out to dinner. You went to a restaurant you'd been all going to ever since you could remember. Earlier, you only caught the tail end of your sister's argument with Cove, but you could kind of tell that all this helped Lizzie be less angry. The car ride home was quiet, with only the radio providing escape from silence. Lizzie had been in better spirits now, but the closer you got to your neighborhood, the more she wriggled in her seat and frowned out the window. She knew what was coming when you all got back home. Clearly, she was dreading it. Soon enough, Mom was turning onto your street, then reversing into the driveway. Once she cut the ignition, it was dead silent. No one spoke, only unbuckling their seatbelts and opened their doors. Lizzie was the last one out. Once everyone was inside and done taking off their shoes, she propped her hands on her hips.
So,
Now then, Mr. Holden's car's on the driveway, so he should be back from work. That's good news, isn't it, Elizabeth? You and Cove can hash out things before the day is done. Lizzie didn't complain or put up a fight. Her head ducked so she didn't have to meet anyone's eyes. She nodded once. Good, let's move this to the kitchen. Bob went over to the house phone, the rest of you followed behind her. Bobby put a gentle hand on Lizzie's shoulder as they walked side by side. You watched them from the back. This was only happening because you told on Lizzie. You hadn't liked doing it, but had to. Being a tattletale didn't feel good, and you wouldn't want someone else to tell your moms everything you did. Still, your mom had asked directly, and you wanted to be a liar even less. The four of you stood around the kitchen in a lopsided square. All eyes were on Lizzie, who kept her gaze on her feet. You remember the number for Cove's house, don't you, honey? Lizzie jerked her hand in her head in another nod, sullen. Without further prompting, she stepped forward and began to dial. Mom reached over and pressed a button on the base. Suddenly, you could hear the phone ringing. She turned on the speaker. This is so awkward. Why, make her apologize in front of the entire family on speakerphone? This is worse than the actual apologizing, in my opinion. The phone rang a couple times and stopped. Mr. Holden's warm voice came through the other end. Evening, Holden residence. Lizzie looked over at Mummy unsure. She nodded encouragingly. Hi, Mr. Holden. It's Lizzie. Can I talk to Cove?
absolutely.
Lizzie Law, that's such a bad name, by the way. Poor family have cursed them with the last name Law. Lizzie Law, what a surprise, but of course you can say hey to the boy. He sounded cheery as usual, though definitely meant it when he said it was a surprise. He thought hard and was sure that your sister had never called Cove's house before. Mom spoke up before Mr. Holden or Lizzie could say anything more. Her arms were crossed over her chest, her lips pursed. Hi Cliff, Nalani, Yelliam, and here I here too. Good evening, we're sorry to bother you so late. You spoke up to say hello to. Hi Mr. Holden. The gang's all here, huh? Is something the matter? His voice grew a bit concerned. Mommy was quick to reassure him. No, well, yes, but it's going to be okay. Lizzie and Cove got into a bit of a fight today. We were hoping that the two of them could talk and make up. This is a good time for you and Cove. A fight? The drama. Cove didn't tell me anything about that when I came home. It does explain the funk he's been in tonight. Chuckled lightly. Despite that, it didn't seem like he really thought it was funny. Anyway, it's good he didn't catch us at a bad time. I'll go grab him for you. There was some shuffling on the other end. He must have not gone far because you could still hear him calling out. Cove, there's someone on the phone for you. After a beat of silence, there was more muffled talking from Cove's dad. Come on, Bud. Lizzie called just so she could talk to you.
Are you sure?
Yelly was on the other end listening too. Don't you want to say hi? Took a bit back and forth, though the conversation seemed one-sided since you couldn't hear Cove properly. Eventually, Cove took the phone from his dad.
Hi.
Hello? Hey, it's Lizzie. Yeah, no, Dad told me. Cove's tone was defensive. Lizzie turned to Mom, scowling. One stunned look from her, though, Lizzie turned away.
Sorry.
I just got to say I'm sorry for not playing nice with you today. I won't do it again. Lizzie's eyes were downcast, her voice low. You could tell she felt uncomfortable apologizing to Cove in front of everyone. Obviously! Like, everyone would hate this! What are you saying? Like, who's like, I'm super comfortable having to apologize in front of my entire family and the other person's also entire family. Jesus. She was still being genuine about feeling bad. Cove must have realized that too because he sighed quietly. Okay, I guess I'm sorry too. A sense of relief washed over everyone at his acceptance of the apology. Mom uncrossed her arms while Mummy's shoulders relaxed. Lizzie's eyebrows raised up. You wondered if she thought that he'd refuse her apology. Dad, can I get off the phone now? You couldn't see him, but it was obvious that Cove felt awkward about the situation. He hadn't come off uncomfortable the entire time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back to your room if you want. Be sure to say goodbye first, though. Bye, Lizzie. Bye. Bye, Eliam. He perked up at the mention of your name. You smiled, even if he couldn't see it. Bye, Cove. With that said, Cove must have handed the phone to his dad and left since Mr. Holden spoke up.
That's a relief.
All's well, that ends well, as they say. Thanks for arranging this, I'm sure he appreciates it. As Mom replied, Lizzie tugged on Mummy's hand to catch her attention. Can I now go too?
Good job.
Sure, sweetie, thank you very much for apologizing to Cove. Mom flashed a brief smile at Lizzie and nodded her agreement. Given permission to leave, Lizzie scurried off towards the stairs. She seemed to be feeling much better with the incident behind her. Mom and Mummy returned to the phone, taking it off the speaker. They continued talking to Mr. Holden. You couldn't tell what about. You were glad that was the end of it all. Lizzie and Cove might not get along, and probably still won't, but they weren't mad at each other anymore. Mom and Mummy weren't upset either. Everything was back to normal. With that thought, you retreated to your own room with a spring in your step. So you can do all of them, or like some of them? I'll save again. There we go, all of them. Should I do all of them? Yes? Okay. We'll do shopping next then. Come back before it gets dark, alright, sport? The familiar voice drifted across the street and drew your attention away from the snail you've been watching inch slowly across the pavement. Cove went in front of his dad, pushing his green hair back off his face from where the breeze was blowing it all over his glasses. He looked to be paying only a mild amount of attention as he was being handed a few slips of green paper. It reminded you of when you first met Mr. Holden, although he's probably not paying Cove to be friends with himself. Cove's dad seemed to feel your gaze somehow. Maybe he made... I would recommend doing everything, especially when you're playing for the first time. Okay. Or maybe you made a noise because a second later his eyes were on you. He waved you over with a smile. He looked happy to see you, but you still felt a little weird for getting caught. You've got to learn how to be more sneaky. You brushed your hands together to free them of sand, then jerked over to join the two, smiling at Cove first, then at his dad. Yelliam, hi. Good to see you again. What excitement are you up to today, Yelliam? Taking a walk. I found a pretty cool snail across the road. There's lots of snails around here. Mr. Holden grinned at you kindly. After you finished answering the question, Mr. Holden's attention returned to Cove, who was preoccupied with folding the bills he had into a tiny rectangle. Sounds fun, you know. Cove was about to hit the stores by the beach. Why don't you go with him? You gave a ready nod, turning to squint in the direction of the stores, like you could see the goods they had to offer all the way from where you stood. Oh, is that okay?
Yeah.
I don't mind. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will have loads of fun. Mr. Holden reached into his pocket, pulled out a leather wallet filled with money. You found it odd since your moms only ever seemed to have cards in theirs. Here, he leaned in to press a crisp hand to Cove, giving a wink and whisper. Get something for your friend, too. Sure.
Good kid.
That's my boy. Cove's dad ruffled his son's hair as he was straightening back up. The bill in his hand still held out towards the green-haired boy. Take care. Cove accepted the bill after a second and slipped it into his pocket. Then with one last nod to his dad, he turned and started walking. You followed after him, intrigued at the possibilities this outing might bring. Cove straight towards the gentle tide creeping up the sand, and you fell into place beside him. It was a nice day. The sun was shining, and there weren't many clouds in the sky, though the sky... Jesus Christ. Once we've done this scenario, like, I feel like I cannot read anymore, because I keep just making many mistakes in reading out. Apologies for that. That's, like, why I could pretty much only do, like, maybe maximum 3 hours of a visual novel game at a time, because it's really exhausting reading out, like, every piece of dialogue. But I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong. I just frustrate myself if I have to read the sentence 3 times to have the sentence come out correctly. I don't even know, I don't really have issues with reading out loud in general, just if it's been like 2+ hours. Then I always get a bit stumbly. Alright, it was a nice day. The sun was shining and there weren't many clouds in the sky, though the wind coming off the ocean kept it from being too hot. He took in a deep breath. Yellow has lost his reading correctly privileges. Yeah. Although I don't know too many people who can read out loud for several hours at a time. So I just think it's like the limitations. You took in a deep breath, enjoying the scent of salt and ocean air. People who do that a lot. I guess so, but I don't really see a lot of scenarios where you would read out loud for more than 2 hours at a time. Like even like if you're reading to a child or if you're reading a story to someone, you wouldn't do more than 2 hours in one sitting. Or at a reading of your own book, typically it's like one chapter that people read, or maybe 2, so those events also don't tend to go more than 2 hours. So I'm just kind of like, where would you reasonably read more than 2 hours back to back from anything? When you looked at Cove, he was dragging his feet through the sand a little, and you slowed down to wait for him. His eyes searched the ground intently. Are you looking for shells? Cove startled a little at the sound of your voice, mumbled a sort of. If you see any, you can let me know. You could manage that. You dropped your view to the sand, walking carefully so you didn't step on any. You were good at finding shells. You had a lot of them at home, and always found new ones whether you visited the beach. The comforting sound of the waves filled the silence with pleasant white noise, and you played a little game with yourself as you walked along, getting as close to the water as possible without getting wet. It resulted in you having to run up the sand quickly when a wave rushed in more than a few times, and although Cove threw a few glances your way, he didn't say a word. You didn't either. He seemed altogether too invested in the floor to pay attention. He decided to watch the waves as they inched closer and closer to your feet instead. Oh. Abruptly, Cove stopped, then moved briskly ahead a few steps. What is it? Without a word, he bent down, picking up something half buried in the sand. You hurried nearer, curiously glancing over his shoulder. It was a shell, lightly pink at the bottom and bleached white at the top. Wow, so you found what you were looking for. Cove got back up, turning his find over in his hands before unbuttoning one of the many pockets of his pants and sliding it inside. I pick up anything that's kinda cool. This is what I got this time. What about you? What do you do out here? I like looking at fish. They don't like me, so they always swim away if I get close, but they're pretty before that. Cool, starfish are fun. They aren't going anywhere, even if you touch them. Small laugh escaped you. That's true. Once you reached the shopping area, the noise level grew exponentially. No longer just waves and footsteps, but the chatter of people enjoying the lovely summer day, the call of birds trying to find bits of food left behind, and lots of salespeople trying to get attention. You sniffed the air as you walked beside Cove. You could still smell the ocean, but there were other scents now too. Pizza, pretzels, hot donuts. It was nice. The energy surrounding the area seemed to fill you, and there was a bounce in your step as you began looking at all the familiar sights. There were so many things to do, you didn't know where to begin. You looked at Cove, hoping it was just excited as you were. Cove was glancing from one side of the street to the other with a look in his aquamarine eyes that you couldn't quite work out. What's that? Cove pointed to a large crowd of people gathered near a few tables with large, colourful umbrellas blooming from their middles. You couldn't see past the adults who were blocking the way, but you knew there must be something worth seeing. Without another word, the two of you hurried over to see what all the commotion was about. Feast your eyes on the amazing Alexander! In the center of the crowd was a man with a tall hat and a funny green coat that had 3 long tails. There was a little table next to him with a cloth hanging over it that read, "The Amazing Alexander," in glittery golden script. Why tell people his name if it's already on a sign? Cove hummed with understanding, then turned to walk away just as the Amazing Alexander began shuffling a deck of cards. Maybe you could stay and watch? Cove glanced back at the man, then he briefly lifted his hands up off his sides before returning them to place. You grinned, waving for him to follow you as you raced back to the stand of the crowd. With that, it began. The magic man pulled one card out of the deck, showing it to the curious onlookers. It was a 4 of diamonds. Watch closely! We did, squeezing through a few adult onlookers to get a better view. Suddenly the man... Yeah, the in-game year is 2006, meaning the player and Cove were born in 1998. Oh, they're 1 year older than me. So 2006. I remember it. Suddenly the man snapped his fingers and the car just disappeared. Wow. The amazing Alexander, who had earned his title, turned his head and looked directly at you. He reached out with a kind smile. What's that behind your ear? Nothing. It was true, you didn't keep anything there. He smelled like popcorn and candy when he stepped closer, and you wrinkled your nose in confusion as you watched him. I started school. I started school then too, yeah. Because I started school when I was 7. Fun fact. This was before, like, it used to be that in Germany the school age was 6. And if you turned 6 before the start of the school but was still 5, like I think if it was like in the first month or something, you could go to school when you're 5. But you could also, if it worked out that way, get delayed to start school at 7, which is what happened to me. But then, I think maybe 10 years or so, not even 10, maybe like 5 to 10 years or something, after I joined school, they shifted their age forward. So it was, you start school when you're 5 or 6, no longer 6 or 7. So, I don't know, it was like some weird thing to try and compete with other countries better. But I personally thought it was like a good thing that I had an extra year of kindergarten, basically. For me, it was because I wanted to go to a school that had a wait list. And so I had to like wait until there was a slot free, which there just wasn't in 2005. So I started school at that school in 2006. So that was the background story, basically. I have no idea what it was like before, but as long as I can remember, we started school at 7, the year we turned 7. Yeah. It was like, some people were 6, like most people were 6, but some people were 7 when I started, and then I forgot when they changed the spot. Maybe, I think I was maybe like 10 or 11 when they changed it. And then it was like people were either 5 or 6. 6 on the older end of the spectrum, basically. But I think it's crazy, like in the UK, people start school at like 4. So by the time they're in 3rd grade, they're 7, which I thought was insane. But, you know, it do be different in different countries. I just remember I did a, yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I did a, like, student exchange type thing, where it was just like an educational, cultural exchange without, like, where I just went to the country, but it wasn't related to me having guests in to host myself. And I stayed with this family that was like grandparents and their grandchildren. One of them was 7 and was in 3rd grade, and I thought that was insane. It was just very, very bizarre. They were very nice though. It was a good trip. You felt a chuck and then he pulled the 4 of diamonds out from behind your ear. Wow. He knew that it couldn't really have come from your ear, but you still didn't get how he'd done it. There was light applause from the crowd and the man gave it a bow. Young Yellow must have been like, no way. I know! I mean, I wasn't that young. I was like, when I went to the UK, I was like 15 or 16, I think. Yeah. This was, yeah, I think 16. So, I was just amazed. Yeah, it was almost 10 years ago. Oh my god. Making me sound old as hell. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was almost 10 years ago. RIP to me and the concept of time advancing. This is for you. The magician pulled a pair of balloons from a clump of them tied to his table. Both were in the shape of a dolphin instead of being a normal circle. And one for your friend too. Thank you for being my assistant. That's so nice. She's getting gifted a nice ass balloon. What the hell? One day I also might feel old. You're literally the same age as me, James. What are you doing? Sometimes I'm like 10 years, yeah I know. Sometimes I'm like, oh, 10 years ago, that was like 2006. But then I'm like, wait, that was 20 years ago, you know what I mean? RIP, almost 20 years. 18 years. And then I'm like, RIP. Just think about the fact that 10 years ago now is 2014. freaks me a bit out, I'll be real. Because it feels like it should be like 2004. And I've, like many people have that feeling where something being 10 years ago, it feels like 10 years ago should be 20 years ago, if that makes sense. I've heard people talk about it as well, where they're like, oh, it should be like the 90s was 10 years ago. It feeling like that to them. That's not really the case for me, it's more like the early 2000s feel like 10 years ago. Wow, now you were really grateful you chose you. After that, he went to someone else in the crowd. Pick a card, any card! My uncle does that every time he visits, not the balloons, the stuff with the cards. Cove spoke plainly when reaching over to take the dolphin that had been designated for him. Cove's just running around and thinks he had a fun time. You wonder if Cove's whole family was magic. If so, he was lucky. The crowd started to clear some when you noticed to the side there was a whole rack of brightly colored kaleidoscopes on display. Kaleidoscope! Ooh, these are cool. You shifted your balloon string to your other hand so you could bring in the mysterious tunnel to your eye. A whole palette of colors appeared right in front of you, spinning into all kinds of different shapes as you twisted the end of the tube. Cove picked one up and looked through, twisting the tube at the end. After a second, he set it back on the rack, moving to the other side of the stall. Those things are so fun. They are. He went under the awning, careful of his own floating dolphin, and you joined him. Did you have places like this in your old town? Cove blinked at you for a moment, and you wondered if you shouldn't have asked. You knew how much he missed that place. Not really. He nodded understanding, looking over the stalls nearby. Aww! While Cove looked at sand pails, you were drawn to the table with colourful keychains laid out on it. They were sewn in the shape of sea creatures. There was a plaque that Red Handmade standing proudly in front. There were lots of different types. You saw a dolphin, shark, crab, and turtle. Out of these, I feel partial to the crab. I have a crab plushie because I am a Cancer, so that is the sea creature I relate to. Well, not relate to, I just like them, they're cool. That took a turn. Your hand stopped on the crab, claws raised and a tiny smile on its face. It had big eyes and little legs, and the fabric was smooth when you picked it up. You had seen a few crabs at the beach before, though they usually scuttled away before you got the chance to look at them closely. You liked the idea of having a crab all of your own, even if it was just a soft animal. You were instantly enamored. Checking the price though, your heart fell. $6? That's so cheap for a handmade plushie, but okay. You didn't know how much about money, but you thought that was a lot to spend on one thing. You rarely had more than a $5 bill to your name. Hermit crabs are so cool. They are. Is that what you want? Huh? Oh, it's $6. I didn't bring any money. It's fine. Are you sure? Cove took the keychain from your hands and that was that. He was holding a small yellow bucket for himself too. I was going to get you something. I already got the money for it. Smiled, pleased to have things work out. It's nice of Cove's dad to let Cove buy something for you too. You had to remember to thank him next time you saw him. After Cove paid, the two of you stepped out of the store side by side, your balloon dolphins knocking together and spiraling around in the air. You watched Cove hold up his new pail to his face, examining it thoroughly. Hey Cove. Yeah? I really like this keychain. Thank you. It's nice. Cove looked further down the street where different food carts were lined up. He rested his non-cast arm over his stomach, and just as he did, yours let out a light growl. He hadn't eaten since breakfast, and after all this wandering around, you were definitely ready for some lunch. Let's get some food. Yeah, you two wandered around a short while, looking at all the delicacies that were available. Everything looked delicious, and as the different smells, both sweet and salty, wafted over to you, your stomach growled even louder. After passing up hot dogs, snow cones, ice cream, and pizza, you both agreed on pretzels. Cove got something sweet and cinnamony, and you... cheese. You licked your lips hungrily as the vendor handed your pretzel over, ready to take a big bite. It was covered in gooey, melted cheese, just the way you liked it. Tasty. It seemed odd to get a dessert pretzel before eating normal food. You found an empty table close enough to the beach that the grit of the sand made terrible noises when you dragged your chairs out to sit down. These balloons are gonna make it hard to eat. Cove placed his bucket on the table as he stared at his still balled up hand that was wrapped around the string. You opened your mouth to agree before an idea hit you. I know. After carefully placing your pretzel somewhere it wouldn't get sandy, you tucked the balloon dolphin out of Cove's hand and tied it in a delicate bow around his wrist. Oh. Cove bounced his arm up and down in place, testing the stability of your knot. After watching the balloon jostle around but remaining attached, he smiled satisfied. Can you do it for me? He repeated the ritual. Cove struggled somewhat with the cast restricting his fingers on one hand and the string already tangled around the other.
Okay.
Got it. The two of you spent a moment admiring the handiwork, both hands now free to allow easy munching on your pretzels. This sounds so nice. I want a pretzel on the beach now. You bit into the doughy treat, savoring the taste in your tongue with a smile as you looked out over the ocean. After a time, you finished your pretzel. You were done before Cove. It was boring not to have anything to do. You pulled on the string of your balloon to pull it down to your level. Then, you held the dolphin in your hands, manipulating it to make it look like it was jumping through the air. If you turned to face towards the beach, it almost looked like it was swimming in the waves like a real dolphin. A laugh came from your side. When you glanced back at Cove, he had left the remaining part of his pretzel on the wrapper and he was gripping his dolphin too. Ooh. Sam, regular dolphin. Cherry, an alien. Star movies, Prince of the Dolphins. Prince of the Dolphins. He wears a crown made of seaweed and all his friends are merfolk. Every now and then he'll make friends with a kid and let them ride on his back. He sighed, wishing you could meet a real dolphin like Merryweather. What's yours? Cove considered the question, placing the balloon against the table and resting his free arm across it in contemplation. It's... With a loud pop, no! Despair! The despair's real. The dolphin exploded into ribbons. R.I.P. I know the pain. When I was a kid, the helium balloons, I would literally have them. I definitely didn't know this was going to happen. Yeah, your despair was like 1 millisecond early. Oh. But as a kid, whenever I got any of the helium-filled balloons, I would actually keep them in my room until they were like a grape or shriveled up. Because I didn't like... And I don't think any of mine have ever popped. Because I always just... Balloons popping scared the shit out of me. Yeah, it happens. I just kind of kept them always in the corner of my room. Helium balloons don't really pop. Yeah, no. Oh no. For a second, all Cove did was gape in shock like you. Then his cheeks puffed up, squinting his eyes, and you saw tears start to glisten. Yelly a bit. You didn't say anything, it would be alright? Damn, bro. You offered to find Alexander, you made a joke. Obviously not make a joke, we're gonna give him our balloon. You looked at Cove, then up at your balloon, bobbing gently in the air above you. You could have mine. I was better at letting him cry more. Cove sniffled, glancing up at the balloon, then back at you. No, it's yours, I don't want to take it from you. It's okay, really. Cove shook his head. Even though it wasn't your fault, you felt bad. Still, the offer seemed to lift Cove's spirits, and that was good. The passing of Cove's balloon was the last major event of your adventure. In the end, the two of you headed back late that afternoon. You separated on the beach, and while Cove went straight home with his brand new sand pail in hand, you decided to sit for a while. You watched the waves and the sunset, fiddling with your new keychain. Another summer day was drawing to a close. It had been a good one, except for the sad final note. Nice. Let's get a save in here. Alright. Ah, damn, that'll be it for the day. Cause oh my god, that was a lot of reading. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking the little like interludes here, very cute. And I feel like we're getting to know the characters a bit more and kind of figure out what our bond is gonna be like, at least as children. Cove is very much like a very shy, kind of withdrawn kid at this point. But hopefully we can kind of coax him out of his shell a little and give him a bit more steadfastness and confidence in himself. But yeah, I had a lot of fun today. Some good games, and I'll try to have our next live stream be a bit... I have all the DLCs, so that being locked looks silly. Of course you have all the DLCs. But I'll make sure that the next live stream is not going to be like as long as the previous one. I'll put it in the... I've made a new section in my Notion called Next Priorities for Stream. So I write it down there especially. There we go, I've written it down. There's also other stuff there, but yeah, I had a wonderful time today. I already told you a bit about the stream schedule for coming week, but let's go over it briefly. Tomorrow we'll do co-working and sticky business. both revisiting new updates in the respective game/programs, but also actually doing the presentation I need to do for my bachelor's thesis. That class is on Tuesday, so I want to use Omjit's Monday tomorrow. I know! I want to use that time for stream, but also for work. Then Tuesday, we are updating Minecraft Hardcore to 1.21 and finally playing that again. It's been a long time. I'm very much looking forward to that. I might spruce it up a bit visually as well. And then we have Friday, a demo day. As now the new normal, Wednesday and Thursday I've got work, and then Sunday I'm doing Dark Light Mini Golf, so for those 3 days I can't stream. So we've got Monday stream, Tuesday stream, and Friday. Very excited for that. Stream tomorrow, I will say 6 p.m. BST. I'll write that down already. So be here at 6. Hope to see you then. If you're new here, drop a follow to see the streams that I've just laid out. And we will be continuing our live beginnings as always. Maybe the week after. We'll see. I'll put it as a priority. So, yippee. Let's see who we've got in our options. How about I'll send you to Bekyamon, who's doing some Hardcore 1.21, which we've just discussed. So, join it on. This is a little bit of some adventuring to keep the nice friendshipy vibes as well. So, join it over, Kings, and I will be here tomorrow, 6 p.m. BST, for co-working and sticky business. Take care. Lubbers. Bye, chatters. Bye-bye.